Buying your first Jeep is exciting, but there are 10 things every new owner quickly learns. Some will save you money, some will change how you drive it, and a few will completely change how you see your Jeep. If you already own one, chances are you've experienced at least a few of these already. Number 10. Strangers are going to do something weird to you on the road. Within your first week of owning a Jeep, another Jeep driver is going to lift 2 fingers off the steering wheel and wave at you. And if you just stare at them and keep driving, congratulations, you just made an enemy for life. The Jeep wave goes all the way back to the 1940s. Soldiers driving military Jeeps in World War II waved at each other, and that tradition never stopped. Over 80 years later, the community still treats it like an unwritten law. And this community is massive. Jeep consistently ranks among the top auto brands for owner loyalty, with a huge percentage of owners going right back and buying another Jeep when their current one gets old. That kind of devotion creates a family, and the wave is how that family says hello. So when you see another Jeep coming, throw up 2 fingers. Half a second of effort puts you inside a circle that has been going strong since 1941. Now that wave is free. What comes next on this list is definitely not. Number 9. There is a hidden system in your Jeep that will wreck your budget if you ignore it. Your Jeep came with 4-wheel drive, and you probably assume it just works forever. That assumption is going to cost you real money. The transfer case runs on its own fluid that degrades over time. The front and rear differentials each need their fluids changed on a separate schedule. And if your Jeep came with locking differentials or a disconnecting sway bar, those have their own service requirements stacked on top of all that. A transfer case fluid change runs $50 to $150. A differential service adds another $100 or so per axle. But skip those services and a full transfer case replacement runs $1,000 to $3,000, and a complete axle rebuild can push even higher. And both extremes cause damage. Never use your 4-wheel drive and the seals dry out, the fluid thickens, the whole system seizes from sitting. Run it non-stop on dry pavement, and you grind parts down faster than they were built to handle. A couple hundred in fluid changes, or a couple thousand in emergency repairs. Most new owners do not even know they are making that choice. Alright, so that one was about the money you did not plan for. This next one is about the money you swore you would never spend. Number 8. You told yourself you would keep it stock, and that was the biggest lie of your life. Every new Jeep owner says the same thing. I am not modifying it. I am keeping it exactly how it left the factory. And nearly every single one of them breaks that promise before their first oil change is due. It starts with something harmless. Floor mats, then grab handles. Then somebody at a gas station has a bumper on their Jeep that lives rent-free in your head for 2 straight weeks. And before you know what happened, you are on your couch at midnight comparing winch specs like your entire future depends on it. The Jeep aftermarket is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Companies like Mopar, Rough Country, Terraflex, and ARB produce thousands of parts for your vehicle. Bumpers, lift kits, light bars, rock sliders, skid plates, roof racks, tire carriers, recovery boards, the list never ends. A basic build with all-terrain tires, a 2-inch lift, and new bumpers runs $3,000 to $6,000 installed. A serious build with 35-inch tires, re-gearing, full body armor, and a winch pushes $10,000 to $15,000 on top of your vehicle price. Budget $2,000 to $3,000 for mods from day one. You are going to spend it. Accepting that now saves you the guilt of pretending you had a choice. And if you thought that was the last hit to your wallet, I have some bad news about what ownership actually costs over time. Number 7. Your Jeep will cost you over $11,000 in maintenance across 10 years. According to CarEdge, the average Jeep racks up about $11,600 in maintenance and repair costs during its first 10 years. The industry average for other brands during that same period is roughly $8,400. That is a gap of over $3,000, and it only grows if you drive off-road or stack on modifications. On top of that, there is roughly a 33% chance your Jeep will need a major repair in those 10 years. CarEdge defines a major as anything over $500. That is about 8% higher than the average across other brands. Oil changes cost around $145 each because Jeep requires synthetic oil, and you will need 2 to 3 per year depending on mileage. Tires cost more because they are bigger and built tougher. And once you install aftermarket tires, replacement costs jump 30 to 50%. Suspension parts like ball joints, tie rods, and control arms take a beating, especially off-road. A single air suspension spring replacement runs over $1,000. And once the factory warranty expires after 3 years or 36,000 miles, every repair comes straight from your pocket. None of this should scare you off, but it absolutely should prepare you, because surprises at the repair shop hurt way worse than expenses you planned for. Now, the repair shop is not the only place your Jeep drains money. There is another one you visit every single week. Quick side note, if you just bought a Jeep or want yours to last as long as possible, I put together a full Jeep longevity guide with all the maintenance habits, service intervals, and small tricks that help these engines reach crazy mileage. You can find the link in the description below. Number 6. Your Jeep burns fuel like it has a personal grudge against your bank account. The average American household spends roughly $2,000 a year on gasoline, according to the Department of Energy. If you bought one of the thirstier Jeep models, go ahead and add 20 to 40% on top of that number. These vehicles are heavy, they sit tall, and a lot of them are shaped like a moving brick wall. Wind resistance eats fuel at highway speed, and the boxy design that makes your Jeep look tough is also what murders your fuel economy. Depending on your model, you are looking at somewhere between the low 20s and low 30s on miles per gallon. And the second you bolt on bigger tires, a lift, or a loaded roof rack, subtract another 2 to 4 miles per gallon because the added weight and wind drag eat through fuel faster than you would believe. Plug-in hybrid owners get a break. Those models run on pure electric for short commutes, meaning some daily drives burn zero gas. Full electric Jeep owners skip the pump entirely. For everyone else, check the fuel rating for your vehicle before you complain at the gas station every Friday. Know what your Jeep drinks and plan around it. After all of that spending, you probably think there is no upside. This next one proves you wrong. Number 5. Your Jeep will be worth more than almost anything else when you sell it. According to IC Cars, certain Jeep models hold on to over 64% of their original value after 5 years. The average vehicle in America loses close to half its value in that same window. That gap puts thousands of extra dollars back in your pocket when you sell or trade. And it gets even wilder than that. Some limited edition Jeeps have sold on the used market for close to what the original owner paid brand new. That almost never happens with regular cars, but in the Jeep world it is more common than people realize. The math behind it is simple. Nothing else on the road does what a Jeep does. Other brands have chased that spot and a couple got close, but nobody has taken it. When demand stays high and clean used models stay scarce, resale value holds year after year after year. So yes, you spend more on fuel, more on repairs, and more on parts than someone driving a sedan. But when you cash out, the resale value claws back a serious chunk of everything you put in. That is the money news. Now let me hit you with something that affects your daily comfort more than any dollar amount. Number 4. Your Jeep is louder inside than almost any other vehicle on the road. This is not an opinion. Owners have measured cabin noise at 75 decibels and above at highway speed inside some Jeep models. A typical sedan sits around 60 to 65 decibels at that same speed. That might not sound like a big gap on paper, but decibels work on a scale where every 10-point jump sounds roughly twice as loud to the human ear. So you are not imagining it. Your Jeep is measurably, noticeably louder inside than the car you drove before. Wind noise pours through every flat surface and panel gap. The boxy shape that gives your Jeep its tough identity is the same shape that turns highway air into a constant roar. Soft tops are louder than hard tops. Bigger mirrors make it worse. Off-road tires add more noise from the road. Newer models have added acoustic glass, better firewall insulation, and tighter seals. Owners report about a 3 decibel reduction in the latest versions, which actually makes a noticeable difference. But even the newest, trail-focused Jeeps are still louder than your average crossover. If quiet matters to you, the luxury models in the Jeep lineup are genuinely smooth and silent at highway speed. For everyone else, crank the stereo and accept that the same design making all that noise is the same design that makes your Jeep unstoppable when the pavement ends. Now that one was about comfort. This next one is about protecting your money before you even drive off the lot. Number 3. The dealership is going to try and take thousands of dollars you do not owe them. According to an IC Cars survey, 31% of new car buyers end up paying over MSRP, and with the average new vehicle transaction price sitting near $48,800, according to Cox Automotive data, Even a small percentage markup translates into real money leaving your pocket. Dealers add charges with names like market adjustment, dealer protection package, paint sealant, and fabric treatment. Most cost the dealer almost nothing, and they charge you hundreds or thousands for them. The finance office is where the damage gets worse. Extended warranties, nitrogen-filled tires, and add-on packages get pushed at prices far above what those products cost independently. Before you walk in, know the MSRP for the Jeep you want. Pull quotes from at least 3 different dealers, and do not be afraid to walk out of a bad deal. Another dealer down the road will beat that price almost every single time. The finance desk is where first-time buyers bleed money they never needed to spend. Walk in with a number, know your absolute ceiling, and say no to anything that does not pass the smell test. That discipline alone can save you thousands. And the dealership is not the only company that wants a bigger piece of your paycheck. This next one sneaks up on you every single month. Number 2, your insurance company already knows how much extra they are going to charge you. Most first-time owners budget for the payment, the fuel, and maybe some mods. But a shocking number never checked the insurance rate before signing. According to CarEdge, insuring a Jeep runs close to $2,000 a year on average. Over 5 years, that adds up to roughly $10,000 just in premiums. And if your model lands on any frequently stolen vehicle list, that number climbs even higher. In 2024 alone, over 850,000 vehicles were stolen across the United States, according to the National Insurance Crime Bureau. That works out to a vehicle disappearing every 37 seconds. Certain Jeep models have appeared on stolen vehicle lists year after year, and insurers factor that directly into your rate. According to Insurify, drivers of frequently targeted vehicles pay up to 14% more for full coverage compared to the national average. It gets uglier if you already modified your Jeep. Some insurance companies require you to disclose your lift kit and bigger tires because those changes shift the risk profile. If you skip that disclosure and get into an accident, your insurer could deny part of your claim. Call your insurance company before you buy the vehicle. Get a real quote. Build that actual number into your monthly budget from day one so there are zero surprises. And after hearing every cost, every headache, and every hidden charge on this list, you are probably wondering why millions of people still buy these things. This last one answers that. Number 1. You did not just buy a vehicle, and that is why none of these costs will ever stop you. This is the one thing that makes every dollar, every frustration, and every surprise on this list completely worth it. Jeep has been building vehicles since 1941. That is over 80 years of history, community, and loyalty that no other car brand can match. When you buy a regular car, you get transportation. When you buy a Jeep, you walk into a tribe that started during a world war and has grown every single year since. There are clubs in every state. Trail rides happen every weekend somewhere near you. Major events draw tens of thousands of owners from around the world, and the energy at those gatherings is different than anything else in the car world. Strangers walk up to you in parking lots. People on trails stop to help you without being asked. Jeep consistently ranks among the top brands in owner loyalty, with a massive percentage of buyers coming right back for another one. That kind of repeat loyalty does not happen with brands people feel nothing about. Once you are in, you never go back to a regular car. You trade one Jeep for another, chase harder trails, and plan bigger trips every year. It changes your weekends, your vacations, and what you look forward to when the alarm goes off on a Monday morning. That is what this list is really about. Every single thing I just told you, the waves, the fluids, the mods, the repair bills, the gas, the noise, the dealer games, the insurance, all of it is the price of admission to an experience that millions of people would not trade for anything on the planet. And that is why nobody who buys a Jeep ever truly regrets it. Which one of these surprised you the most? Or what's the first thing that caught you off guard after buying your Jeep? Subscribe if you enjoy these Jeep breakdowns, and I'll see you in the next one.